So in order to fully understand our three-tiered propaganda campaign, it is vital to understand a little bit of background information about the book which our campaign is based off of, Ender's Shadow. In this futuristic universe, an alien species, often referred to as Formics or buggers, have invaded Earth twice unprovoked. This has led to the rise of a group known as the IF, or International Fleet. This group's sole purpose is protecting Earth. The duties of this organization include recruiting members for battle school, an advanced school for Earth's best and brightest minds, to learn the battle tactics and strategies for defeating the buggers, protecting the Earth, and gaining funding for their operations.
Okay. So our campaign is split into three parts, as Emily said. So the first part is to unify Earth. So it essentially uses a bunch of horizontal type propaganda, which is aimed at kind of connecting the people of Earth. The second part is use vertical propaganda to promote battle school, which is essentially idealizing a certain thing or someone. And then the third concept is to essentially help criminalize the buggers or the alien race through a hatred propaganda. So I guess we'll talk about the first part is the unification of Earth.
So the first part is an app called Bugler, and it has a feed, as you can see on the right, and it's sponsored by the government. Basically what you do is you set your location into it, and it connects you to a network of other users in your area where you can see information about Formics and buggers that other people have found out. You can see sightings, and this works as a unifying factor because especially in connecting you to other locals who are using this, it gives you a sense of feeling united against this one thing, against the buggers. And the next is a clothing campaign. The water bottle, they all have the same logo and they all have the same idea of unifying against the buggers. And it allows you a sense of kindred with people that you don't even know. I'm sure all of you have experienced someone else is wearing the same shirt as you, and even though you don't know them, you still feel, oh hey, I'm a little bit connected to that person. So it really works as a unifying factor.
And the third part of that is a speech. This is part of the script. It's from the desk of an IF official for the International Fleet. It's essentially telling the world to band together, like we remember the things that happened in the past. It goes on to say, we remember the destruction that's happened in China because of the earlier foreign wars, and now we must prepare for the next one. And so the second part of it is promoting battle schools.
So this is a children's book that the government created to idealize battle school. It follows a young boy as he grows up and wants to end up. He finds himself wanting to join battle school, and eventually at age of 6 he does join battle school, and his life gets 10 times better because of it.
Okay, this is our battle school recruiting pamphlet. It serves three purposes: to recruit children for battle school, to glorify those children and make them out to be heroes, and to justify the existence of the battle school. So to do this, it has to strike a balance between a sense of hopelessness that we would have without the battle school and a sense of almost certain victory that we have now with the battle school thanks to our glorious and heroic child soldiers.
The next thing we have is a poster. It's created by the government in support of battle schools, claiming that only the best and the brightest will go to battle school. It also claims that if you go to battle school, you do have the ability to save the Earth from the buggers and ultimately keep yourself safe from intruders and help prevent buggers from coming to Earth in the future. Then we have a second poster, which is our third tier is trying to criminalize the buggers and ultimately get the humans against the buggers and ready to fight for them, fight against them. So this poster represents bringing people together to fight the buggers. It claims zap before the attack. So the way to kill the buggers is this tennis racket type tool that smushes them and kills them.
So for one, we have just the general sense of xenophobia that's always very effective in wartime. The second references our successful defense of Earth during the previous invasion. And the third focuses on making light of our child soldiers. The child soldiers were a central theme in the book, and any campaign in this setting would have to address these from several angles, as we did, making light of them, trying to paint them as necessary, and trying to paint them also as heroes.
Okay, so we ultimately think this campaign is beneficial to us because it unifies humans together by going towards the emotional ties, the hardships of the hardships of the past, and also creating visions for the future, so that they won't have to worry about future bugger invasions. Because there's already a dislike for buggers amongst most people, by creating these posters and books and other artifacts, we were able to instill the fear and dislike within them. So it makes them more willing to go along with what the government says and participate in the things that the government has for them.
And additionally, our campaign makes an effort to recast these necessary survival choices as more aspirational ideals. And we think this is the most effective campaign that will lead to a unified Earth that's capable of standing up against the dangers of space and ensuring the survival of humanity. Thank you.